The line J. Pace truck is in. 44 laps to go. And we're going to try this again. The opening lap of the Bryan Goewey Memorial for 2022 sees green. John Virgilio, a multi-time sportsman champion here at the Speedway in a dirt car big block modified full-time ride, and setting the pace out ahead of the field. A scramble behind him, Brian Berger battling with the 55. Berger will clear the Haas car. Berger takes over second place. E. Flack now shooting down low on Brett Haas as Haas dropping back here. A 43 of Flack in the third place running spot. Mark Johnson getting by the Haas machine. Johnson up to a fourth place run. Up in front, Brian Berger drawing in on race leader John Virgilio. Virgilio into the outside there. Eddie Marshall joining that battle off of turn 2 going on the backstretch. Back up in front, Brian Berger pressing race leader John Virgilio. Virgilio in command by a car length or 2, but Brian Berger is able to close in on him up here in turn 1. Berger to the inside in turn 2, off the corner. A little loose is the 74 of John Virgilio, and Brian Berger is right with him there. Up to the back bumper. Here comes Berger shooting the inside. Challenging down low. Looking for the race lead off of turn number 4. Brian Berger and John Virgilio battling at the valley. Here's Berger again to the inside. John Virgilio holding off there. Race for third tightens up. Keith Flack with the spot. Mark Johnson coming to him in the backstretch. Andy McKinney still back in the number 5 running position. Hot action continues right here in front. On the point, John Virgilio and Brian Berger. Berger to the inside of Virgilio. Tries to drive up alongside at the east end. Virgilio with a good drive off of turn 2 down the backstretch. Back out ahead of Berger's car. Here's Berger again in the corner. Oh! John Virgilio slipped up in the west end there in turn 3. He had to lift and got up to the top, gathers it back up, and he went from the lead to 4th just like that in a flash. Brian Berger, the new race leader. Restart could be tricky. Andy McKinney is right there alongside Mark Johnson in row 2. LJ Lombardo has worked his way back up. He's in the 3rd row for the restart alongside the rookie John Virgilio. Green back out. Brian Berger back to work up in front. Here's Mark Johnson and Keith Flack side to side. LJ Lombardo side to side with John Virgilio in the race for 5th spot down the backstretch. So close together for 2nd. Mark Johnson and Keith Flack. Holy cow, hanging on there. Flack and Johnson still inches apart up at turn number 1. Mark Johnson getting out around Keith Flack. He'll make the pass, and Mark Johnson takes over the number 2 spot. Mark Johnson, a 2-time winner on the year, is up to a 2nd place run here. Out ahead of the field, it's Brian Berger right now with a good, comfortable advantage over Mark Johnson in that 2nd place spot. Keith Flack back to 3rd. Andy McKinney in the 4 car running in 4th place. LJ Lombardo completing it. He's poised alongside of race leader Brian Berger here. Pace truck is in. Field grouped up tight here in turn number 4. Green coming back out. We're back to it. Brian Berger is away. On the restart, Keith Flack getting a good run to the top. Has to give way a bit there in turn number 1 and pull into that 3rd place running spot ahead of Andy McKinney. Getting to the inside now up into turn number 3, challenging the Ravenna Rocket there. Keith Flack battling with Child side to side here in the front stretch. Andy McKinney on the inside trying to make that pass complete on the Ravenna Rocket. He will do it. He'll get him off of turn number 2. We've got a new 3rd place runner. It's Andy McKinney who's gone to 3rd. Keith Flack back to 4. Out here off of turn number 4. 21 laps to up on the board. His 44 lap affair. Brian Berger skittering a little bit up there in the east end, but he lifted, gathered it up. He's okay. Mark Johnson still right there with him. Andy McKinney, Keith Flack, LJ Lombardo, your top 5 here. We've hit halfway. 22 are in. 22 to go in this extra distance. Big dollar affair here. The Bryan Goewey Tribute Event 2022. Mark Johnson eyeing Bryan Berger off of turn number 4 here in front. Trying to keep that gap even off of turn 1 into turn 2. Maybe 5 car lengths. Right now, Bryan Berger just hitting his marks, trying to get into a rhythm here. Stay ahead of the field. At this point, he's doing just that. Good pace being set here by the Berger car. So again, 2 car lengths the gap down the backstretch. Johnson will tighten it up here in the west end banking through turn number 4. He comes right to the back bumper. Car length, just 1 car length between the leaders. Up into turn 1. Look at that drive down low off of turn number 2. Mark Johnson getting closer and closer here to Bryan Berger. Here's Johnson to the inside, ready to make his bid down low on Bryan Berger. Berger holding him off that time by 36 go up on the board. A fight for $10,000 in the hunt for the front. Here's Mark Johnson again. Bryan Berger doing a great job showing the way up to the west end. But Mark Johnson continues to look for that opportunity to make his move for 10 grand. Keith Black all alone in third, LJ Lombardo fourth, Eddie Marshall fifth, no change there. John Virgilio in sixth, dueling with Andy Bacchetti. It's Bryan Berger up on the front end. Mark Johnson trying to find that way by. We're showing 38 laps complete now. Come down to these 2. Bryan Berger aboard the Phase 3 Racing 60 machine. Williams and Kingsley Automotive. John's excavation car out of Castleton, New York, the driver Bryan Berger. Out of Goodland, New York, the driver Mark Johnson with the S&S Asphalt Paving 9J car. Berger opening up ground now over Mark Johnson. So Johnson was there, it looked like. He was able to close in lap after lap. Got within striking distance, but Berger has turned it up a notch. 40 go up on the board. 40 laps are complete. The Bryan Goewey Memorial 44 lap affair in 2022. Working back in third is Keith Black. LJ, Eddie Marshall, 4th and 5th. Andy Bacchetti up to a 6th-place run. At this point, he's been able to get by John Virgilio. So Bacchetti has recovered to 6th. But there are only 3 laps left to go now. Bryan Berger is pulling away. He's opened up more ground over Mark Johnson. 2 to go sign coming out here for Bryan Berger. Berger in command, looking for win number 2 of the 2022 season. Turning out to be a career year for Bryan Berger. Could be a swan song performance for 2022. White flag is out. It's Bryan Berger. Mark Johnson is there in second. But if there are no mistakes or trouble for Berger, he's going to be $10,000 richer here now. Getting by a slower car of Tim Davis. Final time to the west end. Double checker flags coming out. The $10,000 Bryan Goewey Memorial goes to Bryan Berger. Berger with the win over Mark Johnson in second. Keith Black comes home in third. LJ Lombardo fourth. And Eddie Marshall completes the top 5.
With the fireworks portion of the program, as we'll be holding victory lane under the fireworks as they start to fill the sky out here. Bryan Berger is parked. The Phase 3 Racing, Williams and Kingsley sponsored, number 60 down there in victory lane. For the second time here in 2022, John Stanley has departed the tower. He'll make his way down and get a few words with Bryan Berger down there in victory lane. Wild night here in the Valley of Speed, and now we light up the sky. Bryan Berger making his way out of the car up on the roof for the second time here in 2022. John Stanley's down there on the front straightaway. We'll await Bryan Berger to hit the ground. We'll send it down trackside to JS. Off the back straightaway, a little bit later than we usually see the skies filled with fireworks here. You know the way it works. He loves to hear your approval. If you make some noise, he'll crank them up over there off the back straightaway. Bouncing up and down, can't wait. Chomping on those stubs.
Well, I tell you what, it was a great win. You picked up the J.C. Flack Memorial event earlier this season. Now the Bryan Goewey Memorial event as well. And what's turning out to be a career year really for you. You're doing great.
This is unbelievable. And really, there's only one person I'm thinking about right now. That's my aunt. I love her so much. She's home in hospice, and this is for her. She was with me tonight.
Oh, it's a great tribute to her indeed. I want to congratulate you on the win. As Tim Goewey said, Bryan wins on Bryan's night. Congratulations.
Thanks, John.
There's Bryan Berger. He picks up the Bryan Goewey Memorial, first annual, here tonight at the Valley of Speed. Congratulations to Bryan and the entire Berger team on a job well done and a $10,000 victory.